Welcome and hello and welcome to that Fire FM TV. I'm your host, Shalon, and I would love to thank our listeners, our supporters, and our viewers for getting in the fire with us. Without further ado, I would like to welcome to our show none other than Alan Z. Welcome, Alan.
What's up? Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on the show. Now, tell our listeners, where are you from?
So I'm based in Atlanta, Georgia, but I grew up between Maryland and Seattle.
Okay, that's awesome. And give us an insight on your journey from music to acting.
So I started very young as a musician, rapping and singing as a teen. And so that was my first foray into the entertainment industry. But it got to a point where I just felt a little unfulfilled as an artist, and so acting became a primary passion. But ironically, me becoming an actor made my music better, because I think instead of trying to appeal to an industry standard of what should be the kind of music I make, I just started to make music that felt right for me, and that ironically made me have a bigger fan base, and kind of I think tackle what I wanted out of music differently. Instead of chasing something that I felt wasn't really me, I went more inward and was this is what I want to do, and especially because I do different genres. But no, I'm happy being a multi-hyphenate. I feel artists like Donald Glover and Jamie Foxx really inspire me.
Oh wow! So how do you balance both with singing, rapping, and acting?
I feel I need to do more than one thing because I get bored, and I think I think because I feel I'm a very very complex as a person. Having more than one thing allows me to express different facets of who I am. The duality in me is expressed through different things I do, right? So the rapping is it's being a lover and fighter. The rapping is the fighter, the R&B and pop is the lover, and then being an actor is I can express not only myself but also characters that I can play on screen, where I can kind of escape through the lens of storytelling that may not be my story but someone else's story. So I think for me it's actually easier to do more than one thing, because it allows me to kind of okay, if I feel I don't want to do this thing right now, I can still be expressive and artistic through another outlet.
So, with that being said, which one would you most likely like to just gear to? Either music or acting, which one? Because I did hear that you said that your passion was acting.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing music since I was a teenager, and I have a lot of trauma from the music industry. So I know that for a fact that acting is going to be the one thing that I think I'll be known for worldwide, because this is the thing, I did music for over a decade, and I sound like an old man because I've been doing it for so long, but it was never really it never felt like it was as fulfilling, because it took me so long to get to where I was at, and I'm still independent because a lot of situations don't work out. I started acting professionally 2022, right? Got my first agent in 2023. And then 2024, I did 2 SAG movies. And then currently my biggest project is a movie that I'm in with Keke Palmer and Demi Moore and Lakeith Stanfield called I Love Boosters, directed by one of my favorite directors, Luis Riley. And that happened within the span of 2.5 years. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And I'm just listening to signs from the universe and God, I'm I know this is the path for me. Even though it took me longer to realize it, I'm no, this is what I think I was destined to do and to make changes in. I've always been very passionate about using my art to express who I am and my ideas, and I'm no, I think this is the way to really get it out to the masses. So yeah, I think acting for me is going to be the thing, but I think music is something I'm so passionate about as just a creative person that I don't think I'm ever going to stop doing that, even if it's not on a level of acting.
But you're so good at both. I caught a video of you singing. Your voice is awesome, and your rap style is like no other. So I understand how, going through the music and then finding your passion in acting, it's you feel like you're home now.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. Yes. But I do think that it gives me that freedom to make the kind of music I want to, you know, instead of feeling like I have to conform to anything. Like and thank you for saying that. I feel like I love being able to do different genres because I feel like I have a very like eclectic playlist. Like even if from what I listen to at home, I listen to a lot of oldies, I listen to a lot of classic music, like and not just like current stuff. So I feel like I want my music to kind of reflect a lot of my influences as well.
So tell us, what do you like to do in your spare time when you're away from Hollywood and singing and rapping? What do you like to do in your spare time?
I don't have a lot of free time, but when I do, like I spend a lot of time with like family and friends. Like if I'm with friends, like I like to do board games and stuff, play video games. I like to watch like Netflix and like binge watch like limited series and stuff like that. I don't know. It's weird when people ask me what are my hobbies, because I'm like, I haven't had a hobby in a long time, you know, because like it's like if I'm not focused on like say like writing a song or like recording or performing somewhere, I'm on set or I'm preparing for a role, and so I don't know. Like it's a hard question for me to answer, but I mean, when I do have spare time, I like to like, you know, get together with people I love.
Okay, that's awesome. So you mentioned about a movie coming out with Keke Palmer and a lot of great A-list actors. When does that movie hit the theaters?
So I Love Boosters comes out May 22nd.
Okay.
Nationwide, US and Canada, and it hits international theaters later on this year.
Do you think that's opened up some other avenues for you in acting since you've done this movie?
Well, it hasn't come out yet, so I you know, fingers crossed it will. But I am thankful that like my network of like people within like the acting world has definitely opened up. Like I know my castmates and they're like super famous, you know what I mean? And the director Boots Riley, like I've been a fan of his for a very long time, and so it was on my like vision board to work with him. So I think for me, just on a just working basis, like I'm really honored to be a part of something that I feel like is gonna make change. I mean, like it's incredible. Like it's like I manifested something that I didn't think would happen so soon, you know.
Since you speak so highly about acting, any other actors you would love to collab with?
Yeah, like I mean, there's so many. Like I would love to work with like Joseph Gordon-Levitt is like one of my favorite actors. Al Pacino, like Robert De Niro, Denzel, Will Smith, like Tom Holland, Mark Wahlberg, like. I mean, I honestly have a list of directors I would love to work with. I think that's an easier question because I feel like as an actor I'll work with anybody, but I would love to do stuff with like Ryan Coogler, Jordan Peele, Issa Rae, like Steven Spielberg, like Scorsese. Like I'm just a fan of cinema, you know, and also just like a huge fan of like TV shows too, you know. So you know, I'm open to whatever. Okay,
so are you signed or are you independent?
Yeah, as an actor, I'm signed to an agency, but as a musician, like I'm independent.
Okay. So where can people find your music? Some of the music you've done. Where can they find them? What platforms?
All platforms. But I would say the easiest is probably like the biggest one. So Spotify and Apple Music, YouTube, and that's Alan Z. That's ALAN, last initial Z.
Any other projects that you're working on?
Yeah, so I'm dropping a new solo album, I think sometime this summer. I just dropped a single from it called Libe, which is like a reference to the character from The Wire. And this project is going to be like super personal, but also a fun project too, like, as far as like vibes. But a lot of the content is it's very personal, and it's a concept that it's an album that I kind of wrote in therapy, because I've been in therapy for like about I think like 8 months now, and so I wanted to cover a lot of topics that I never had the courage to talk about, and hopefully like the album helps some people as far as mental health. And so I'm working on that. I'm also working on a joint album with DJ Rhetmatic.
Oh wow!
And we're doing a boom bap album. Like everything is boom bap on this album, and it's something he pitched to me, and he was like, you know, I know you do a lot of like pop songs, and your audience is like a lot of girls, but I know you're an MC. Like, would you be down to do something that's like more, like, you know, of the essence? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I would love to. I was just, no one ever approached me for it, and so we're we're almost done with it. I still got a bunch of songs to record, but writing-wise, I'm done, and we already have our features locked in. We have Razkaz, Superstition, and J Live as the features, and then DJ Redmatic is doing all the mixing as far as like the scratches and all the production. So,
all right. Well, this is getting good, but we have to take a quick break. Please join us back with that Fire FM TV and back with Alan Z.
Tell me if you want it, yeah. Girl, if you're down for one night, you ain't gotta be my girl. We can touch and go, touch and go. Let me know if you're down for just one night. You ain't gotta be my girl. We can touch and go, touch and go. Let me know if you're down for just one night. We ain't gotta be official, no. I just wanna get with you, girl. Long as I can caress you, baby. We don't gotta label thing. I ain't worried about your ex, no. Got that 38 special love, and I ain't even gotta text you all the time for you to know that it's real. Ain't nobody gotta know about us when we in the cut. I'ma make you lose it. We'll touch and go long as you bring that back. Hitting notes like that, we'll be making more than music. You ain't gotta be my girl. We can touch and go, touch and go. Let me know if you're down for just one night. You ain't gotta be my girl. We can touch and go, touch and go. Let me know if you're down for just one night. Girl, I don't wanna stress you. I wanna sex you up, make it last forever. Let that feeling of ecstasy come to us. And if you don't tell us all, nobody has to know. Nobody has to know. Ain't no other man can do like I do ya. Ain't nobody gotta know about us when we in the cut. I'ma make you lose it. We'll touch and go long as you bring that back. Hitting notes like that, we'll be making more than music. You ain't gotta be my girl. We can touch and go, touch and go. Let me know if you're down for just one night. You ain't gotta be my girl. We can touch and go, touch and go. Let me know if you're down for just one night.
Baby, let's rendezvous, be my Beyonce boo. Then go our separate ways on day 2. Even if we never see each other, ever keep in touch. Cause tonight we really need each other in the heat of lust. So let's make it count, 24 hours left. See, I was left alone till you came out all dressed. To kill some time with the player when I caught your eye. Walking by, made me want us to walking by. A fantasy life together, but you know I gotta go. Baby, on the road lately, hustling, performing shows daily. But you gon' remember my name, my loving's so crazy. You wish down in memory lane, you was my old lady. Cause I'm a smooth criminal with a lot of Billie Jeans. The way I beat it, make it scream like you in the thriller scene. And no pain, no gain, I make it slow this time. A stroke game, Cobain, it'll blow your mind.
You ain't gotta be my girl. We can touch and go, touch and go. Let me know if you're down for just one night. You ain't gotta be my girl. We can touch and go, touch and go. Let me know if you're down for just one night.
I call it triple F. Fashion, forward, philanthropy. I know how to spell philanthropy. Branding, though.
For that, you're a raw ass, make it happen, hustler.
Give it to me. It's mine anyway.
In fashion, humanity is our canvas. But the Velvet Gang is reducing our margins. But I can bob and weave.
Christy Smith stole my design.
What?
If she stole your design, we gotta get it back for that.
I have a plan. Together, we empty out every single metro designer in the Bay Area.
We gotta take what's ours.
We should coordinate.
Well, what are we waiting for?
They've taken everything.
It's not even that yellow in here anymore.
You okay?
It's time to get loose! It's time to get
boosters just take, like you. We follow this plan to precision.
Their wig game is crazy.
Damn.
I'm gonna need you to trust me. We have to make her cry. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, come on.
Let's take all of it. Grab them wigs.
Ay, let me cook. Feeling like you were down, it's swimming on me, they can't leave me alone. Everything I'm on is timeless, zombie aging, well it's me alone. I'm in her city, she's sliding on me, oh she got class like Itaewon. And I keep blowing that mighty, looking surprising, getting the legendary dog, give me ente. She want me to keep it humble, no comprende. Haters wanna see me fumble when we can place, but in a way I'ma tumble like the Kenbei. Student of the game, pain is my sensei. From a menace to a poet like Lorenz Tate. Guess I'm full of surprise, my pension when I pull it surprise. Like that damn come for Ken's tape. Since 8, had ability to resonate, connect with the world. Innately would know what to do, and I won't stop till I'm doing numbers like Kaisen, not cause I'm on a global pursuit. Party like a rock star, totally dude. Hating motivated me, I owe it to you. You don't wanna go band for band, Duran Duran, from Pearl Jam to bowling for soup. Ben had it locked with the key like chord progressions. When they say it's like I struck a chord progressing. Unsolicited advice come from all directions, trying to pull me like a medieval torture weapon. What it look like listening to y'all projecting. To every comment section I'm Armageddon. Talk that now like raw collection. How you gon' kick it when I martial law from Tekken? And I'm feeling like you were down, it's swimming on me, they can't leave me alone. Everything I'm on is timeless, zombie aging, well it's me alone. I'm in her city, she's sliding on me, oh she got class like Itaewon. And I keep blowing that mighty, looking surprising, getting day we beyond. Girl, need you to understand me, if you and me it's on. Ain't no stopping, kid, no plan B, better leave me alone. If you hear us, she riding, tryna get rubbed, I'm getting my DJ on. And I keep blowing her mind, she looking surprising, getting her we beyond. In the A, I'm an innovator, makes sense what they imitate, huh? I'm a style originator, while you still playing like a real game, you an emulator. Funny how you acting top dog like you live in major, but this underdog intimidate ya. Dinner plate, you can tell that I ate like the first Kobe jersey, yeah, I've been a Laker, yeah. When I was down, had no friend or favor, it's my independent nature. Hard times made it hard to breathe, no ventilator, with no one to ventilator. So I set fire to pen and paper, my mind's an incinerator. Chess at 4D, I'm a threat to many players, forced to be reckoned with like Princess Leia. It's in my genes, I was made for the belt. Pretty boy champ like I'm made with the felt. Was a misfit in school, never saved by the bell. They wouldn't help like a tiger stayed in myself. Fresh Prince made away with the will. Magic on the mic, Channing Tatum appeal. Gambit with the cards, I play when I'm dealt. Like woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here. Feeling like you were down and swimming on me, they can't leave me alone. Everything I'm on is timeless, zombie aging, well it's me alone. I'm in her city, she's sliding on me, oh she got class like Itaewon. And I keep blowing that mighty, looking surprising, getting day we beyond. Girl, need you to understand me, if you and me it's on. Ain't no stopping, kid, no plan B, better leave me alone. If you hear us, she riding, tryna get rubbed, I'm getting my DJ on. And I keep blowing her mind, she looking surprising, getting her we beyond.
And we're back with that Fire FM TV. I'm your host, Shalon, and we're sitting in the seat with Alan Z. So, what would you like the fans to know about you?
I don't know. I mean, it's a really hard question. It's very like broad, but I would say I would want them to know that I'm a multifaceted person, and that like to get to know me, the fastest way is through like my art, you know. And like I feel like I put a lot of Easter eggs into what I write, and you know, and also like that. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'd say probably like to listen to the art that I create, or watch the art that I make to really get to know me.
And what's something shocking that fans would, you know, would be shocking for them to learn about you? Is there anything that you do that no one knows that you do? Like it's like almost like I'm asking you like the question of like, you know, spare time type of thing, like an unusual talent other than the acting and singing that people don't know about.
I mean, I used to be really nice at basketball, but I haven't played in a while. So I mean, that's something I want to pick back up. I just got to get like a nice like crew of people to play with. But yeah, I used to be super passionate about basketball, but then like I stopped growing. You know what I mean? Like I'm 5'9", so like, I was just like, I don't think the NBA is gonna work for me. And that's like, I mean, that was something I was super like, because I was a huge fan of Kobe Bryant. I was like, I want to play in the Lakers, and it never happened. But I was nice with the handles, you know. That's something that people like that haven't seen me on the court don't know.
Okay, that's awesome. So, do you have any merch?
Yeah, so I used to make a lot of like shirts, but they all sold out. I had a line of like Queen Z shirts. It was like cards with like different women representing like different races of like, which is like my fan base has like different colors of the cards. Those sold out. I had like my name in you know, like those kind of shirts, but now I sell mostly stickers and photo cards, and I usually sell them like in person, like at like my shows, like festivals, conventions, wherever you can find me. It's just easier that way because I can avoid like delivery fees. So like having like smaller items like stickers and photo cards and posters that I can carry with me just saves a lot of money from me going to the post office all the time.
So since you've been doing music pretty much all your life and then gravitating into acting, what is the best advice you have received so far?
I think one of the best advice I've received, like this person said, be your own hero. And that always stuck with me because I was somebody that always used to look for someone else to save me or feel validated from. And when he said that, like I kind of had to look at myself and was like, what do I want to like represent for the world? You know, what do I want to put out? And so I think I stopped putting people on pedestals and started seeing what I can do for, you know, like for the greater good or whatever. If I'm like, yo, I'm really passionate about something, I shouldn't rely on someone else to say the things I want to say. I'm like, I'll do it, you know, like, and I think that was one of the best advice I've received.
Okay. And where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I'll let y'all see. You know, I don't like to give away what I have in my mind, but it's gonna be in like the acting realm for sure. But I also will be putting out like a lot of music like throughout that time too.
Okay. And so with that being said, with music, what message do you carry when you write?
Well, I mean, I think a lot of my music, like besides like the love songs and like fun songs, carry this idea of resilience and redemption through success. That's like a recurring theme of my music because I feel like I've been the underdog for so long that I like proving people wrong, and I like being able to really like flex on people that underestimate me. And I think a lot of people that listen to my music that feel that way can feel that kind of like fighting spirit. And so I think that's something that you can hear throughout a lot of my songs, like V for Vendetta, Weebay, Demon Slayer, Phantom Troop. There's a lot of that, like I started from nothing, now I'm here, like which I mean, not to sound like Drake, but like there's a lot of messages of like I didn't have money, now I got money. I knew nobody in the industry, now I know all these people. I built this brick by brick, like that kind of energy of like nobody gave me nothing. That kind of like frustration, like I wish I had somebody, but I do this myself. And I know there are people in the world that think or have been through stuff just like me. So I wanted to write that in music so that that can help somebody else.
That's right. So how do you feel like the internet has impacted the music business?
Oh, it completely destroyed it. But I mean, it's just the worst thing that happened, but also I feel like with it decentralizing the industry, it allowed independent artists to kind of like find their own niche. It just, the thing about it is like the death of monoculture has hurt us as a society so much. Like I remember hearing Weird Al talk about the reason why he doesn't do parody songs anymore, because there's no monoculture anymore. There's nothing that we all know that's one thing that we can all identify. Everyone's so spread out, right? Like if I think someone is famous, like, oh, have you heard of this person? You might be like, oh, I don't know who that is. Even though I'm like, this person has 10 million. It doesn't even matter anymore, right? Nothing matters because everyone's in their own echo chambers.
That's right.
And so because of the internet, before the internet, it was all TV, radio, so everything was so like singular. And so it depends on what kind of person you are, but you can say it's for the best and you can say it's for the worst, but I kind of see it like, this is just like, you know, it's, I know it's up for interpretation. You know what I mean? It's just much harder to actually say that you're a somebody, because then you can have somebody on the internet be like, who? Right? Like it's so much of that. Like, and I don't know. It's depends on who you are, and as far as like what you see as whether it's good or bad thing.
Yes, you're right. So is there any dates, shows coming up for the summer?
Yep. So I got a show. I got a concert with a bunch of other MCs at MomoCon, which is like a really big like pop culture convention in Atlanta on Friday, May 22nd at 9 p.m. It's me, Substantial, Aztec, Mega Ran, Zed Tabani, and Stolen Drums on the ones and twos. I'm speaking about mental health in Vegas in June at this conference called UCA. And then I'm going to Brazil in July to perform. So
oh, wow. You're going to be everywhere, Alan.
Yep.
So also tell us, what does the word legacy mean to you as an artist?
I think legacy to me means like your historical footprint. You know, like I'm very inspired by like the greats before me, whether it's like actors like Bruce Lee or like artists like Michael Jackson, Pac, Eminem. I think legacy is like, that's your body of work that lives beyond you. And so I think that's something you shouldn't take lightly, you know, because that's what, you know, can inspire others to be great too.
Wow. So if this was, not saying it is, but if this was your last interview, what would you want people to know about you that you haven't already told us?
Well, let's hope it's not my last interview, but well, I mean, you know, like I would say I would want them to really listen to like the words in my music, because I put so much work into my lyricism, and it's so much stuff that like people just kind of miss, because everybody nowadays is like all about vibes, and I'm very much nerdy about like wordplay, motifs, flows, like all the technical stuff. So like I've gotten to a point where like I have fans that like break down my lyrics and stuff like that. And
oh
like,
wow!
And I love that about the kind of like, I'd say, interaction I have with some of my fans, where they're taking the time to actually digest it. Like, well, this is what he meant by this. I think he means this, and that's something I've always wanted, is for people to not just send me a bunch of fire emojis, but like actually be like, oh, that line right there is crazy. He said this, and it connects with this, because I write like that, and those are the artists I listen to, because I'm completely like obsessed with lyricism, because I just love MCs, and so I would say, yeah, like to really get to know me, it's just like, look at what I'm writing. Like everything I write is so intentional. Like a lot of stuff that I write goes over people's heads, because you can read it one way and it makes sense, but then if you read it again, there's like wordplay that I made that connects to a certain reference, or like there's like something I'm doing with the words, and so that would be something that I would want people to really pay attention to.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show. And thank you guys for tuning in to that Fire FM TV. I'm your host, Unique Shalon. And thank you, Alan Z. And we're out. Peace.